Hey, what's going on, guys? Crow of Murder 15 here with a new episode of Convlog. First off, I'm sorry that it took so long to get this new episode out. Just a lot of things in my life have been really busy, trying to take care of a few things, and just so much has been going on, good and kind of bad, with life in general, that I just hadn't had really time to get a new episode out until now, so I know that's a common thing with Convlog sometimes, so I do apologize for that. So before we get into today's episode, first off, I would like to say hello to our new subscribers that Ray and I met during our trip to Cleveland to go see Game Grumps live. So, hey to any new subscribers, whether we met you at the Game Grumps live show or if you're just new to the channel at all, hello! Welcome to our randomness. Welcome to our very dysfunctional family. But I will get into that a little bit later. I just want to say hey to you guys first. So first off, let's hit into some Game Bros news. So Game Bros has not really hit a snag per se, but the cast has just been having a lot of personal, not problems, but just personal stuff going on in their life. So currently Ryoko is kind of on a hiatus. She's not quitting or anything like that, or we're not letting her go or anything. She has a lot of personal stuff going on in her life right now that I will not be going into details because that's her business and I'm not the one to disclose that type of information to you guys. But, you know, hopefully she's doing, you know, I've been keeping tabs with her and stuff and making sure she's doing all right, so we'll just see where that goes. So she'll be on when she can. Just a lot of personal stuff's going on right now. Ray is actually getting ready to head out of town soon. We've been still doing the digital recording as far as doing Discord, him or I playing a game, and then us watching via screen share, but we just haven't had a chance to really do that. So thankfully, my good friend Chris, aka Undead Strife, stepped up. He came in this past weekend and we recorded about 2 weeks worth of episodes, which you saw the first one today. We did Mortal Kombat 11. Even though we already did it for a live stream, we hadn't done an official episode on it yet, so we decided, hey, let's do this. So he came in, we did about 2 weeks worth of episodes, so you will be seeing Undead Strife for quite a bit in the next couple of weeks. So to Undead Strife, dude, if you're watching this, thank you so much for coming in, helping me out. It really means a lot to us. We're already covered for the whole month of June, and in July, I want to say either probably the first or second week, I'll probably say the second week, is when it's going to start, because I've got to give Ray some time for this. Super Mario Maker 2 is coming out at the end of this month in June, and I know Ray has got a bunch of ideas cocked up in his little head, wanting to make levels for us to play on the show, and honestly, I can't wait. I get mad at these levels because he's literally a sadistic little person that's just like, I'm going to make you so mad when you play these levels. But he's going to make some levels for us to play on the show, and honestly, I can't wait for Super Mario Maker 2. I was never really big on the construction part of the game. I always liked seeing what other people could come up with, because as myself, I'm not really that good at level design. Excluding making replicas from other games like I did in Super Mario Maker 1, like remaking Bubble Man's level from Mega Man 2, and stuff similar to that. So that'll be coming in July, and then I still have a few ideas of what we're going to do for the rest of the year, which hopefully will be up and running, so I don't want to give too much away because I don't want to say something and then just have to back up on it. Also, I hope you guys are enjoying the new intros. I felt like the intro kind of needed a new fresh coat of paint. So we added some animations in the backgrounds of the arcade machines. We've added the transitions from different other video games, and there are a total of 25 of them, so that way they're not extremely repetitive. So it's almost like each month you'll get to see the same ones over and over again, but there's enough to not be too repetitive. And who knows, maybe down the road I'll come up with some more ideas for new transitions and throw those in with the mix. So, but yeah, I've been working on those for at least like the last 2 or 3 weeks before they even aired, so I hope you guys are enjoying those. I'm always looking for ways to just kind of spice things up, improve, make things look a little bit better. And honestly, I feel like this intro, the new intro sequence, along with the new song that we put in, just kind of adds to that. So, from going from Game Bros news to con news, we got Natsu coming up in the next couple of weeks. It's going to be the last Saturday of June. As I've mentioned on this channel before, whenever I talk about Natsu, it's not necessarily a con. It is a picnic that Tsubasa-Con throws together for everybody just to hang out down at Ritter Park. Admission's absolutely free. You can cosplay if you want to. If not, no big deal. And literally, it's just a big cookout, kind of like a family reunion without the sucky relatives, so to speak. But after that, CharCon's coming up in July. I'm not sure if I'm going to be going to that or not, because the past couple of times I've been to CharCon, I've just been kind of like, so it might be one of those I just miss out on. The one I will definitely be attending, though, is Tsubasa-Con, of course, in October, near the beginning of October. I think it's like the second weekend or so. I have to double check the dates. Speaking of that, I did get email confirmation that all 3 panels for Whose Line this year have been approved. That is including the 18+, the PG-13, and we're doing a special Q&A again this year if you would like to attend any of those, which I highly recommend. Now, unfortunately, where these have just now been released, there is no set schedule for when each event is going to take place, so make sure to stay tuned to the channel to keep updated on that, and I will make sure to update you guys when I get that information. So going from that to personal news, just what's going on in life. So recently, and I mentioned this in a quick little update video recently, Ray and I had the fortunate opportunity to go to Cleveland, Ohio recently and go check out Game Grumps live, and it was absolutely amazing. I had heard stories of what they do for live shows, and it was like unlike anything I've ever experienced. It was really fun. I won't really go into many details of what actually it is and stuff, because I feel like it's one of those things that people would really appreciate experiencing on their own. Although I will say, the way that they're doing this tour is this is called the Final Party. And what they mean by that is that they're not stopping touring, it's just they're stopping touring with this style of format, because Aaron described it the best way during part of a Q&A, is that when you do a tour so many ways, when you can change the format, it starts to get a little stale, so you need to change things up. Not the fact that they want to, it's just it feels like they need to. But Ray and I also got VIP passes to go attend a special Q&A before the show, and I actually got to, not one-on-one, but I got to ask my question for Aaron and Dan, and it was really cool for them to kind of get inside their head a little bit, to kind of find ways to improve this channel. So it was really cool that they answered that. The most interesting thing, or one of the funniest things, or a couple of funny things. First off, like I said at the beginning of this episode, we actually got to talk to a few other Game Grumps fans that hopefully will become fans of ours because they subscribe to the channel. So once again, hey guys. But yeah, we had a lot of fun during the trip. On the way back, Ray talked me into going to a Skyline Chili restaurant for the first time. I never had Skyline Chili, and I'm a big fan. It's really good. And that was really fun. Which we actually got another subscriber through that, Mr. Rod, as I remember what his name was. So what's up, dude? We actually got to talk to him, talking about E3 and stuff, which I'll get into that in a minute too. So the whole trip was amazing. The only bad thing about the trip was the way back, we actually ran through about 6 different rainstorms, and 2 of them were hailing, so it was crazy. But, we're safe, we're sound and all that, so everything turned out good. So going from that to E3, I've done a couple of videos on E3 this year already. I had not done one on Nintendo yet, just because it was getting close to the time of us getting ready to leave for Cleveland, so I didn't really have time to put together a video on my thoughts on Nintendo's E3 this year. And for those that are my Facebook friends and stuff, you all already saw it. Nintendo won E3 this year, with the simple fact of Banjo-Kazooie getting announced for Smash Bros. The protagonists from Dragon's Quest being DLC, which I would never got into Dragon's Quest that much, but it's cool to see these characters because they do look really fun. And I know it's another sword character, so to speak, but we don't have another sword and shield character like Link, aside from Toon Link and Young Link, so it'll be interesting to see we have another actual sword and shield character. So that'll be interesting. And the fact that you can actually pick from the various different protagonists from all the different Dragon Quest games is going to be really fun. The announcement that the sequel to Breath of the Wild is now in development really caught me off guard, because when I was first seeing the trailer that they were producing, I thought it was just going to be Breath of the Wild DLC, which I'm like, okay, cool, let's get some more Breath of the Wild. I love that game. And then they do that, and I'm like, oh my god, okay, this is crazy. No More Heroes 3 getting announced. I've always been a big fan of this game series. I have not played the new Travis Strikes Back yet, which is kind of a... It's not a sequel per se, it's kind of its own little off-branching story that's not really connected to the main story, so... I'm really excited to see what No More Heroes 3 is going to have in store for us. And there's a bunch of other stuff that I'm really excited for. The Link's Awakening remake for the Switch. Animal Crossing I'm kind of on, because I've never been a huge Animal Crossing fan, though I do enjoy it. Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3 coming out. I've always loved those games. So there's a lot that Nintendo did really good this year, so I'm really excited about it. A couple of announcements before I actually hop off here, because I do have a good bit of editing to do today, and got some stuff I got to take care of around the house. The new Top 10 countdown, I promise, it will be out before the end of this month. I have just been busy and partially lazy on working on the script for the new Top 10 countdown, but I promise you guys, I will have it out by the end of this month, because I just need to step up and do it. Other than that, I can't really think of any other announcements that I can think of right offhand. I will say this, since Chris has helped me out a good bit of the episodes that are getting ready to come out in the next couple of weeks, he doesn't really have a lot right now on his channel, but I'm going to put a link in the description below to his stuff if you want to check it out. But he is in the process of finally kind of getting his channel up and running, so if you guys please check out his stuff. Chris is a really good friend of mine. He's been with me since the beginning of restarting Whose Line, back when I started it again by myself with the new cast, with Chris, Brian, Jen, Ray, and all of them. So it's just, you know, it's the least I could do for him, since he helped me out with the channel and stuff. So make sure to please go check his stuff out. Other than that, guys, that's all I can really think about. It's just been really chaotic over the past few weeks, as you can tell by my mumbling speech patterns. So, but I'm going to hop off here, guys, so I hope you guys have an awesome day, awesome week, awesome month, awesome rest of the year. I will say this, it's near the midpoint of 2019, and it's been a weird year. It's been interesting. It hasn't necessarily been bad, but it's just been, there's been a lot of curveballs, so, but the best way is you just roll with the punches. That's the best way you can do it, and just keep on trucking. I mean, that's what you got to do, unfortunately, sometimes, but that's what we're here for. So, and you always look for your friends and family to help you out whenever you have rough times. So if you're having a rough time out there, you know, reach out, talk to somebody that you're having a rough time with, or tell them that you're having a rough time. Just sit there, talk to them, and see if you can just get something off your chest, because sometimes maybe that's all you need to feel a little bit better about the day or the week or however long you've been having a rough time. So just know that there's always somebody out there for you to talk to, no matter if it's a friend, family, if you need to call for therapy or something like that. You know, there's always somebody out there for you to vent to and rant to, and there's always somebody out there that cares about you to make sure that you're doing well. Alright guys, I know I got a little after school special on you there at the end, but I'm going to hop off here. So this is Crow Murder 15 signing off.